Born and bred in Tuscaloosa, not raised in Baton Rouge. Didn't ride no wagon train to Norman or to Boone. They said I'd never make it, just a name they overlook. Now I'm burning up their game plans and ripping up their books. No 5-star shine, no silver spoon. I came up grinding on the Friday night moons. Now they feel me coming like a 4th down blitz. Got 'em talking sideways, throwing fits. But I must admit, I can't quit. 'Cause I'm the outlaw of college football. Ain't no
The home of the Common Joe and the Common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. And those Common Joes and Sallys in the know that have donated to the program this past month are as follows: Doug Foran, Todd Pinson, John Hazelton, Dallas Smith, Ricky Birdwell, Fred Bagley, Tammy Burton. And as you can see at the bottom are the Gold Club Outlaws Posse members who have donated to the program numerous times through Cash Out, $1 JPC316 and JPC316 on Venmo as well, because they demonetized the channel December 14th because we reshared Charlie Kirk TikTok videos in my short section. Now, getting right to it here. Seems like Alabama may be in danger a little bit of losing that cohesion that has came about with Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer getting the band back together this year. As you know, he spent a year without Ryan Grubb last year, the first time they'd been not working with each other in like a number of years. I think they went through 3 different programs together, with Kalen DeBoer being the head coach and him being the offensive coordinator. And then, of course, you know, Ryan Grubb stayed behind last year with the Seattle Seahawks. Didn't work out for him, and luckily Alabama was able to hire him back and get the band back together. And they've been working rather well together this year. There's been moments of roughness, but overall it's been a pretty good reuniting of minds, so to speak. But that may be threatened really soon with all the coach openings that are happening, all the firings and stuff that's going on in college football. As we know, the college football carousel goes round and round and round and round and round and round. I don't know if it's ever going to stop this year. We could have anywhere from 10 to 20, maybe already got 10, but maybe 20, even 25 openings this year, because if some of these jobs come open that are open now, like Florida and LSU, for example, might go after another sitting head coach, and that would do what at that point, class? It would make another job opening somewhere else. And the domino effect would start taking place, and eventually some of those programs, let's say Vanderbilt loses Clark Lee or Ole Miss loses Lane Kiffin, they may have to go to the great upcoming assistant portal, which would be probably Ryan Grubb and someone like Glenn Schumann, the defense coordinator at Georgia. But Ryan Grubb is starting to move on to some of these lists out there, some of these programs that can't go out and steal a sitting head coach. Someone like an Oklahoma State, for example, who I like to call Okie Pokey Chokey State, who hasn't won a conference game in the Big 12 since Oklahoma and Texas left. They might want to get some of that Alabama mojo. I mean, it used to happen to Nick Saban all the time. He used to lose assistants left and right. And for the most part, Nick Saban would recover. But there towards the end, you could tell it was sort of taking a toll on him, having to continually replace assistants. And to have gotten Ryan Grubb back and then losing so quickly again at this point would be, I think, a pretty big blow to Alabama and Kalen DeBoer going forward to try to cement himself as, you know, having his own legacy here at Alabama, which is a tough thing to do when you got 2 legends that were out here, Bear Bryant and Nick Saban of here recently. And even before that, Alabama's had 5 different head coaches win national titles. Everybody said this was a Nick Saban thing. It's not. It was a great storm. It was a perfect storm to get those 2 together. That is true. Saban was a great coach out here at Alabama, but if he hadn't have been at Alabama, if he had been anywhere else, I don't know if he could have won 6 national championships in any other place, even LSU. I know he won 1 there, but I doubt he could have won 6 at LSU. We'll never know. But Ryan Grubb, if Alabama can just up his salary a little bit, I know he's just a coordinator, but I think he's integral into keeping this process of getting the Alabama program back to the legendary status as it was under Nick Saban. It'll never probably be at that point with Kalen DeBoer, but it could be to the point where Alabama's still contending for national championships and SEC titles if you keep this cohesion together. So my suggestion to Alabama is to give this guy as much money as you can feasibly to keep him as a coordinator here. I know you can't just give him a salary the same as Kalen DeBoer, but if he's making, I don't know what he's making right now. Y'all guys might know out there. Drop in the comments section if you do know exactly how much Ryan Grubb is making. But if I had to guess, he's probably making somewhere around $2 to $3 million a year. So give the man $5 or $6 million. I know that's a lot of head coaching salaries out there, but Alabama, they got the money to keep these middle-of-the-road teams like in Oklahoma State, for example, from poaching Ryan Grubb. So you guys and gals drop in the comment section. Do you think Ryan Grubb might be a candidate to be a head coaching, to get a head coaching job somewhere else? And do you think that Alabama should give him probably the highest salary of any coordinator in order to keep him from going and leaving and causing the cohesion that we've gotten to disappear again? Drop in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as I said before, if you want to donate to the program, it's JPC316, money $ JPC316 on Cash App as well as on Venmo. And that'll help us curb some of this censorship that YouTube has saddled us with. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.